Look at those cool stitch levers. Soon I will become knowledgeable enough to use these stitch levers. Here is another view, closer view of the throat plate and presser foot, and now the plug. Let's get started. So the instruction book, the manual, is always a good place to start. And I'm going to tell you, it just quickly says, what does it say? You need to first raise needle to its highest point, set the needle position lever at its central position, and set bite lever to 0. Remove presser foot, tilt the machine head slightly with right hand, and then with the left hand, you put your thumb on top, your finger underneath. That horizontal piece there is the spring thing. And you can see that it's angled up. There's a good shot of the camphor there. You can see how sloped it is. So it says to raise the round end so that it goes over the dog. So I just slide it on, lift it up, and now the spring has gone on there almost naturally. And then we just push it down, keeping the furthest end up. There, can you see that? It clicked in. So let's go up top again. And there we have it. It's correctly seated. And if you were to watch somebody raising it from the side, it would look like that. There, click down, and then it's up again. There. So that's on. Next on the list is to replace the all-purpose presser foot. We can see here again, we see that the needle space, the needle slot is wide to allow for that zigzag, and we see down here on the plate as well. That allows for the zigzag. Actually, there's quite a lot of needle mark wounds down there on that plate, I think. So now we're going to focus on the plug and get it on, and then we'll put some electricity to it, see how everything works. All right, now the fun starts. I haven't, everything's good to go here. Cool. So it is definitely unplugged. And I'm going to rethink this. So this came from the light. That came from the motor. That came from the light. Those two are correct. And they both have red little stickers on them, just like that. Now I'm looking for a yellow one, and that one might be a yellow one. And this one is black, so it goes there. I think this is our solution right here. But you know, we got to be careful. No, well, we'll test it. I don't want to say that it's not right and then have it be right. That would be so embarrassing. Yeah, right. Who cares? I'm here for fun. And education, learning and fun. You've heard me say that lots of times and write that lots of times. You guys having fun? Okay, that's nicely seated in there. Okay, ready for some more adventure? That's what I wanted, nice and quiet. So it's plugged in, nothing's moving, and nothing's smoking, nothing smells. Let's go down lightly on the button. Ooh. Now watch up here, watch the levers jumping around when I run it. Cool. So I've unplugged cord from the receptacle, and now we're unplugged there, and I'm just going to get this. See, that's where I stored the screw. When I took this thing apart, I took it off, and then I put the screw right back in. That was at the guy's house where I bought this in Ottawa, because I had to undo this to get it out of the case to transport it. Because I don't transport them in the case. I have a nice sewing machine bag, a Singer sewing machine bag that I got with one of the 338s a few years ago. So that's right, this baby goes there. Sweet. We'll be able to get the needle in and take it for a little test. So what's going on here? Did I get it in straight? Yeah, it's in there. And you don't want to be too tight on these screws with Bakelite, right? Just snug it up. I mean, it's not going to go anywhere. You know, it really isn't. So now I got to get it back in here in the case. And this one, This case, if you look down here, let me move this light out of the way. Right where my hand is, there's a knee pedal. You put your pedal in there, and the thing hits the pedal, and you can use your knee to start sewing and stop sewing and modulate. Or you can reach down with your hand if you need some fine dexterity. But cool machine, huh? Absolutely. So this goes on like that. That screw is the screw that goes through there. And then I have to hook up these wires, these 4 wires, to these 3 contacts. So this is a wire to the light switch, I believe. Yeah, I'm going to say light switch. This is a wire from the motor. And so those 2 wires will go together like that. This one wire from the motor will go back, from the light will go back to here. And this one from the motor will go to the number 1 position. You can see it there, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so there's number 3. So that's what I want. I want to put one from there and one from the motor like that. Then I want to take the other one from the light and put it over here. No, I want to put it there. Oopsie daisy. Maybe you should put the wire in there first, Jeb. Yeah, like that. That works really well, actually. So there's 4 screws here, right? That's yeah, there's 4 screws. 1, 2, there's the 3rd one. Yes indeed, yes indeed. There we go. Ooh, that's a little dusty, isn't it? I'll have to tidy that up while I got it open. So let me just undo these, get the wires off, and then get them through. Ooh, baby. There's a bit of fluff that come out of there. How did the thread get all the way down there? I just knocked the button off, but I want to get it up and running today. So now that this is through here, the easiest way to do it, if I remember correctly, is to put them on out here, and I might even try those 2 first. Then I'll get the other 2, one there and one there. So here's the setup now. These are the pins that the sewing machine will settle onto. There's holes. There's the female component of these pins is on the sewing machine, and the screws are on the sewing machine. So all I have to do is have them loose enough so that they'll go on. And the screws are already there, because you know I always put the screws back in. Or with these things, you never have, with the sewing machines, you never really have to take the screws out. You just loosen them and they'll come off here. And then on the bottom of these things, there's a flat face, you know, right down there. As a matter of fact, so when you look at it, there's a flat face. You can kind of see the ridge of dirt there near my thumbnail. Oh yeah, you guys see it there now. And so that's where the screw from the sewing machine tightens. Now here's my plan for installing the machine into the case. There is a handle here, but I'm not going to be using the handle today. And I made a short video months ago about how I use a little hand towel. This is not a towel that I would use if I just had a shower. It's too small. But if I just needed to wash my hands, you know, I would use this towel. But anyway, these towels are a great way to hold sewing machines. So I should go back and find that clip and put a link to it. But so I've got to get those up, and they may fall down, so this might be a little bit clumsy. And I want to see if we're lined up somewhat, kind of. So there's the one. I'm going to try and get that one in first. Actually, I've kind of got them both lined up now. Whoops. That one went in and this one didn't. Now they're both in. And I have a screwdriver in this drawer. And I can see the screw. And it's a regular flathead screw. Remember with Singer, all these screws, they are proprietary. So that means if they get lost, you can't go to the hardware store and find one with this same thread on it. That one's in. Now I got the other one down here. I'll show you what I've done when I'm done and talk about it then. Because, well, you know what I'm doing. Anybody that's taken one of these in or out knows how they're a little bit awkward to do, is my point. I'll turn the big light on. That might help me. I think it will. That's a nice bright light. Okay, and I gotta make sure I get it in right screw. There, that one's snug. Ooh, that one took 2 or 3 more turns. It's snug. Yes, sirree. That looks like bobbin thread hanging down. We'll pull it up too. So now I can let that down and let it sit there. Isn't that great? Oh man, you guys, I'm so happy. I'm gonna be sewing. You know, not too long. I'm gonna be sewing. Where did put that down there like that? Isn't that sweet, hey? Oh, I love having the case and having my own personal sewing machine. So here's my setup now, and so I'm pleased with that. That's a great place to start, and I'm really looking forward to sewing. Look forward to it. It's really exciting to finally get this far with a machine. Beautiful. I want to thank you for taking the time to visit and watch this little film, and I hope you do come back again. I hope that there was something of value or helpful or fun for you here. Thanks again. Stay safe, have fun. Adios, amigos.